What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. As usual, I'm going to be discussing the main slate for tonight's games. We got 7 games on the main slate. We swept the board last night on that main slate. A huge reason why was we had Jalen Duren, who was extremely low owned. Ended up, he was hitting value, and then they ended up getting blown out by the Bucks by like 30. And him and Jordan Ivey and those guys still stayed on the court. The Pistons are a young team. They were banged up. I didn't think it was going to be that drastic with blowout proof when they're down 30 in the fourth quarter, but they ran them. Duren got over 50 fantasy points at single-digit ownership. That was one of the main reasons why we ended up doing really well. Had him in yesterday's video, so hopefully that guided you guys into picking him. Same idea here. We got a lot of value plays already out there. As usual, some questionable guys. But give this video a like if it helps you out. I do appreciate it. And make sure you are subscribed for all future videos. We have the PGA tournament this week is starting a day earlier. Tomorrow morning on Wednesday morning. PGA usually starts on Thursday morning, so expect my PGA content up on my website, at some point today, maybe tonight, not sure yet. But let's jump into tonight's slate. Like I said, there is a good amount of value plays here. All of the picks in this video are going to be sub 7,000. We do have Luka Doncic on this slate, so it's going to probably be pretty easy to get to him with all this cheap value. So for point guard, I'm assuming TJ McConnell is going to start again. We saw on Saturday the Pacers switched it up a little bit. They put Benedict Mathurin on the bench. He had been starting. They still both saw a boatload of minutes. Whether McConnell starts or not, I do think he's going to start again tonight. He is a great play at 6,600. They continue to be without Tyrese Halliburton. I almost said TJ Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton. Without him, this Pacers team lacks a ton of usage. McConnell's been stepping in, and he's had some huge games. Triple-double against the Suns in 39 minutes. This price is fine on him. If he's seeing over 30 minutes, he's been easily over a fantasy point per minute kind of guy. So if we're expecting 30-plus minutes, we can expect him to get 34 fantasy points, which is what he needs to hit value. I can't imagine they don't start him tonight after how well that start went on Saturday. This is a great matchup against the Bulls. There should be a lot of points in this game. And like I said, without Halliburton, McConnell takes a massive usage load on his shoulders. So I do think this is a great play. McConnell clocks in as the most expensive guy in this video for me. So 6,600, a good price. I'll be looking at him tonight for sure. Shooting guard, the Celtics just ruled out basically half of their team tonight. No Jaylen Brown. They're without Al Horford now. And then like last night, they're without Brogdon. And they're without Marcus Smart. So, Derek White last night was a chalk play. Now with no Jaylen Brown and Al Horford to add into this mix, he's even more of a chalk play. Mega chalk play. He actually hurt his neck last night. He never got officially ruled, going to the locker room or anything. There were no updates. But someone in my DFS chat had sent me a picture and all that. He was very uncomfortable. He actually missed out on a couple of minutes. He played 9 minutes in that first half last night. Ended up being okay. No injury tag on him today. I can expect him for 30. He should have played like 35 minutes last night. But because his neck was bothering him in the second quarter, he did not see the court. It's going to be a different story tonight. They are even more shorthanded. 5,700. Derek White should be the most rostered player on this slate. I will not have a lineup without him. He's going to be the second guy behind Jason Tatum. So this is just such an easy play. He loads it up in multiple ways. Great defensive player. Had 2 blocks and a steal last night. I'm not even going to take credit for this play. He's going to be the most popular play on the slate. Just do not fade Derek White. Small forward, let's look at Cameron Johnson. The Suns have an awesome matchup tonight against the Hornets. The Hornets, their defense stinks. There's a good chance they're without LaMelo Ball again. This game should stay close. The Suns without Booker are definitely worse. They have gotten Chris Paul back. Cameron Johnson at 5,200. Now, he had a bad game last game. That's fine. But the huge news here is he saw 29 minutes. It was tough to see how they were going to handle him coming back from, such a long injury. 21 minutes in that first game back was, a really good sign. And then 29 last game. He's going to be starting tonight. I don't see why that doesn't continue to trend up his minutes. So we can maybe expect him for over 30 minutes tonight. And at 5,200, with no DeAndre Ayton and no Devin Booker, Cameron Johnson's going to see, a ton of usage. And we know how good of a scorer he is. Expect him to soar over value tonight against the Hornets. He needs 26 fantasy points to hit value. He was, magnificent in that first game back, 36 in 21 minutes. I'm going to look at the last game as a good sign about the minutes. He didn't have a good game, but if he's going to be on the court tonight against a bad Hornets team, he's at home. This is a great play. He should be priced up more than 5,200. Power forward, I'm going to be looking at Robert Williams tonight. I'm not sure what to do yet, but the Celtics are going to be so shorthanded. I expect him to start. They might have had this planned all along. You never know what teams are doing when they rest guys, but, they rested him last game with injury management. They might have done that knowing that they were going to be resting Al Horford tonight. Wouldn't shock me one bit. So with no Al Horford tonight and Robert Williams coming off of a full night of rest, we can expect him to see minutes like he saw, a week ago or a few games ago. 28 plus minutes or 27 plus minutes, and he can be a slate breaking kind of player with his fantasy point upside. He can load up the blocks and steals. Extra usage going around. Same deal as Derek White with all those guys sitting. He needs 28 fantasy points to hit value. He should be able to get there tonight. He's going to start. You do have Grant Williams, who's probably going to start as well because they're so shorthanded. And then you have Blake Griffin, who started last night, and you have Luke Cornett off the bench. I mean, the Celtics' big guys are just not realistic behind Robert Williams and Grant Williams. Luke Cornett's not going to play, any extended run. Neither is Blake Griffin. I think Robert Williams is the main benefited player here with no Al Horford. And then while he's on the court, he'll have that extra usage with Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, all those guys being out for them tonight. Robert Williams could easily be in that optimal lineup tonight with his price under $6,000. And then for center, when Ayton's out, it's always, a flip of the coin between Bismack, Biyombo, and Landale. It ended up being Landale last game because Biyombo was, he started the game off pretty bad. Landale ended up playing 23 minutes. He doesn't usually play that much. I like going back to Biyombo there as long as he's starting with no Ayton on the court. We did see 2 games ago on Saturday. He absolutely, crushed 30 minutes, 42 fantasy points. He only needs 22 to hit value. Biyombo is kind of in the same deal as Cameron Johnson. They both had bad games against the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, they're a much tougher matchup than the Charlotte Hornets. We know how bad the Hornets are against big guys, like one of the worst in the league. I think Biyombo's going to have no problem getting rebounds and playing more minutes than he did last game. Him and Cameron Johnson, for all those guys who hawk game logs, I hope that they have a lower ownership because they're coming off of bad games. But they should both be starting, and they should have, increased opportunities and a much higher chance of hitting value with such a good matchup against those Charlotte Hornets. That'll do it for this video, guys. Drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's do another sweep here tonight. Again, we got golf starting tomorrow morning. We're in the thick of things now with great player pools and that season getting off to a hot start. So until next time, I am the FT Guru, and I am signing off. See ya.